Hey folks, so I just got a new tool in the shop. I actually finished building it just a couple days ago. And this is a game changer for finishing knives and specifically knife handles. So it's a knife vise. If you're familiar with these, they're actually being sold by a company. You can pick them up for about 500 bucks before shipping. And I didn't really have 500 bucks to spend on something like this at this time. So I looked at it and I told my wife, I think I could build that. So I did. And it took a little bit of figuring out, but I want to run through the operations of it first. And then at some point, if any of you who are knife makers are interested in building something like this, then I'll happily give you a list of parts and pieces and what I did to build it. So here's kind of how it works. It's got a couple of bolts on top for tightening and loosening these two plates. Inside these two plates there is rubber so it doesn't damage your finished blade. This is a finished blade. Obviously the handle doesn't have pins in it and stuff, so I got to work on the handle. But pretty sweet. It tightened these two down, and you can use both hands for finishing. The big advantage of this is it's got a little lever here on this side, and you basically can loosen it. Let's get a little looser than that. Loosen it, and you can turn the knife 360 degrees for finishing. So inside this piece of pipe there is a real thin piece of rubber. It's actually bicycle inner tube that I super glued inside the pipe, and then this is a bicycle seat quick release. So doesn't take much, and it is absolutely tight in there, and there's no way of moving it while you're finishing your handle. So that's the one operation that this knife vise has. Super easy to use for finishing handles. And I also do like fluting on my guards and stuff, and it was really a pain to try to chuck a knife up, finish knife up in a vise and file it all the way, or like 90% of the way around the knife, and have my vise hold it conveniently. So then moving on to the next thing that this vise does, it also has a hand sanding table. So this is really sweet. I've been using a 2x4, extending, like bolted to my workbench as basically a hand sanding table, and I've done that for years and years and years and years and years. And when I saw this knife vise, I just thought this was a genius idea to turn this into kind of a 2-in-1. If I can find the hole without looking, I can get this threaded into it. So I used fine thread on all my tapping because I didn't want these screws to move very easily. Tighten these down, and this has a little bit of wiggle in it. Oops, gotta tighten that as well. So I just keep a wrench attached to the post, and here's how this works. So I loosen this one up a little bit, that one a little bit. I slide the tang of the knife in there, tighten it back down, and off to the races with hand sanding. A little more finish to do to that before I sand it, but yeah, this is just a game changer. It's so nice. Your work is right in front of you, and it is such a game changer for finishing blades and handles. And what's nice too is these are just little threaded bolts with thread protectors on the top, and I've got 39 holes that I drilled and tapped by hand. It was quite a bit of work, but you can change up the configuration, whether it's a small blade like this Nesmik Skinner, or if it's a big blade like a big chef's knife or a chopper or something, and you can change up the bolt configuration to accommodate the size and shape of blade that you want. So anyway, one more thing that I forgot to mention with the hand sanding of handles and stuff. This vise can also be rotated. Not that I'd want it up towards my neck, but you can also drop it down so that if you're hand sanding, you want to get a kind of better angle for applying pressure to the blade, and for finishing, it's really handy. And then if you've got the handle or the blade clamped in, you're finishing a handle, and you want to hand sand the butt of the knife, you can raise it up. So very cool. It's it gives you 360 degree access to the knife, if you would, and then a little bit of tilt as well. So anyway, if you're interested in something like this, I will happily give you a parts list of everything that I bought and how I put it together. And thanks for watching the video and following along with our work. Have a good day.